This is AC Starlord, aka Awesome. Welcome back to my channel. And this video I'm about to make is a versus video. Now, as you can see, I'm wearing the original Mean Girls shirt, but this is going to be between. This video is going to be between Mean Girls and Mean Girls. Versus Mean Girls versus Mean Girls. Which one is the best? The 2004 or 2024? Now, this one right here. Now, this one right here is my favorite, obviously, because it's matching the T-shirt. But this one's my favorite one with Lindsay Lohan and Tina Fey, which also Tina Fey also produced that one. But this one is always going to be classic because everyone can quote what's in this movie. Like what it says on my shirt right here. It says, "On Wednesdays we wear pink." That was a fresh line from this movie right here. "On Wednesdays we wear pink." "You can't sit with us." What else? "She doesn't even go here." What else? "Stop trying to make fetch happen. It's not going to happen." Stuff like that. This one's really classic, but also you have I'm not a cool mom. I'm one of those cool moms. I'm not one of those I'm one of those cool moms, but blah blah blah. You had that mom in there. You had the principal. And what the only thing that's different between this one and that one, you have Tina Fey coming back to play the math teacher and the original principal to come back to play the original principal in the new one. But what this one had so much charm because this one's an actual movie. It's based off an actual. I mean, not based off an actual thing, but this one's actually made for being a movie, have dialogue and other people reenacting with each other and saying these things like, "On Wednesday we wear pink," or I think Regina George is jealous of you, blah blah blah, da da da. And when she becomes she's just a simple she was just a simple girl from Africa that was a mathematician, becomes a mean girl, and she gets stuck in there because these two friends of hers challenged to do that. "Oh yeah, he's almost too gay to function." That's also in there too, but it's also in this one too. But what this one is, it's not a musical. This one is not a musical. This one's actually a movie that it has quotable lines. You can watch it, sit down and watch it all the time. And it actually have its national. This one actually created National Day. Mean Girls Day, I think, is in the October 1st or somewhere around in October. This has a national day come out for this because it has a cult following. Now, this one also spawned the musical one, which was this one right here on Broadway, and then they turned it into a movie. But Tina Fey also came back to produce it, and I think to produce and direct it. And like I said, the same principal and Tina Fey are in this. But it's different because they have music in here. They have songs like "Stupid with Love," "Sexy," what else? I'm trying to think of "Meet the Plastics," "Apex Predator," different songs like that. But those were the songs they probably did on the stage on Broadway. They do have a fantastic cast in this. These two girls right here were in a movie called Senior Year on Netflix before they became into Mean Girls. This is apparently a music artist. I didn't know. She has a song, "It's Not My Fault," with Megan Thee Stallion. Megan Thee Stallion shows up in here randomly. But they do things differently in here. Whether it was supposed to be dialogue with certain characters, and like they did in the original one, they put music there, or they change up the way they say things. Now they do still quote the "you can't sit with us" or "we wear pink on Wednesdays." They still quote that stuff, but here is the thing: they still have the Burn Book and all that stuff. Here's the thing versus this one. This one is very entertaining and does have musical numbers, and it it shows you a different point of view on things and how they would and how they turn into a musical. But I was hesitant when I first saw this. Now I did see this on the I did see this one early for the early fan access event. So let me show you where I mean by that. Here we go. This is what I got at the early access fan event for this same Mean Girls movie. I got the popcorn tin as well downstairs. I don't want to bring that up, but this is pretty much what the cup looked like, and it has different quotes from different. We wear pink. We wear pink on Wednesdays. Queen Bee. Different things. There's different quotes on here and stuff like that, and it's kind of like, okay, cool, kind of cool thing. I got this cup and popcorn tin. The early access fan event had a lot of fans, but these fans were originally fans of the 2024 movie, which I was a big fan of, as you can see. But this is completely different. They changed up the plastics a little bit. They changed up her friends a little bit. I have a variety of different, let's say, a variety of different mixing pot of people to play Katie's friends. And then also the plastics and stuff like that. But the way they did this movie was completely different. The way they sabotage Regina George and all that stuff is different from what they did in this. This was originally, she was trying to dethrone Regina George, which is also still in this one. And the musical one, they're still trying to do that too. But what made this one so more entertaining for me is there's dialogue in between. There's dialogue in between dialogue in between dialogue. And you get to see that and you get to hear that and you get to do that. Everything else is just recreated from this one, but there's musicals in between the dialogue. And by functioning of how would this work as a musical, beyond me, right? When I saw it, when I first saw it, like I said, the early access screen event, I did not know how this was going to work as a musical, but it worked. It worked. Everything in this was telling her Katie's story from the first opening of this was telling her story in a song, and then from there was some dialogue, and then there was more songs, and then more songs, and then dialogue. This was just straight up dialogue. Lindsay Lohan was the main star. Lindsay Lohan was in that. Lindsay Lohan is also in this one. But what the thing is, she was just playing a mediator for the math competition, where in the 2004 one she was actually attending the math competition. So the thing is, which one is better? When you saw this originally marketed as Mean Girls, they didn't market it as a musical. They marketed it as this movie. But which one do you think is better? Do you think the one with Lindsay Lohan with dialogue and quotable lines are better, or do you think music and still having those quotable lines after they're done singing is better than just having straight up dialogue all the time? That's the thing. Which one is better? I'll leave the interpretation to you, but to me, I already know which one's better. But do I enjoy the musical one? That's the next question you're about to ask me. Did I enjoy this musical version of this? So I'll answer that with also answering about another movie they turned into a musical. Because Willy Wonka this year was also a musical, but you already know that was a musical by the original one. That's asking me if I liked the New Color Purple movie. And yes, I did like that one. So yes, I did like this Mean Girls. It was different, unique, and it has its own little rhythm, a beat, has its own little rhythm on the beat of his own drum. But I'd rather for Lindsay Lohan's version, yes, I would, because it has, for me as a moviegoer, it has a lot more dialogue. I like watching movies with dialogue and stuff like that, but musicals have dialogue. But this musical kept putting they had dialogue, but they kept putting music where they should have dialogue. Like the Halloween Party, they had "Sexy" and they had another one right after "Sexy." It's just a little bit different, where they could have talked out their where Regina George could have talked out her problems with her ex-boyfriend trying to like Katie, like in the like 2004 one. She sang a song about it, and then she froze time. Like that takes up a lot of time. Saying this Regina George right here, the original one, right there, instead of, she could just walk up to her boyfriend and say like, yeah, I don't like you with Katie. Come back to me. Da 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 da. That took less time than freezing time and making a musical number. But that didn't I did not like the musical movie at all. I just rather for the original cult classic 2004 movie over 2024. But the 2024 one, I'll still watch because I need to. It'd be amazing to watch this. So, yeah. I will leave that to it, but you already know my answer to that. It's the Lindsay Lohan one. But for your guys' personal opinion, which one's better? Which one wins this versus, from your opinion? Because to me, you can't always beat the original. But hey, if you like this video, put a like, comment, ring the notification bell, and deuces.